We were contacted by the Nolan Ryan family, and they offered the opportunity to move the collection discussing Nolan Ryan's career, which was at the museum in Alvin, Texas, here to Waco, and took our museum leadership group about 30 seconds to decide, yes, we would like to house and display and care for Nolan Ryan's personal collection from his record-breaking career. Nolan Ryan was from the small town of Alvin, Texas, just outside Houston. He pitched for his high school team. While a lot of people remember Nolan Ryan's first no-hitter as a member of the Angels against the Royals in 1973, actually his very first no-hitter was against Brenham in high school in the regional playoffs when Alvin defeated Brenham in 1965. Athletes and pitchers in their mid-20s in the prime of their athletic career who can't throw 100 miles an hour. And here comes Nolan Ryan, this country kid from Alvin who can throw it well into his 40s. It was pretty intimidating for batters because early in his career he was so wild that a lot of times he didn't know where the ball was going. So if you can imagine stepping in against this young kid that might be throwing it in the strike zone, might be throwing it at your head, might be throwing it inside. There's a great piece of Nolan memorabilia here in this face mask that was worn by Alan Ashby of the Houston Astros. And you can see that one of the protective metal bars was actually dented from a Nolan Ryan fastball, which is pretty scary. If you come to think about all that's protecting you is a small piece of equipment, and sometimes the equipment doesn't hold up. I like this quote by Jim Watson. Jim Watson was Nolan's high school coach at Alvin, and he said, "He threw so hard that I didn't have anybody who could catch him. I had to spend the summers training catchers to catch him." That's not an exaggeration, that's the truth. That is Nolan's original contract that he signed with the New York Mets. He was discovered by a famous scout named Red Murph, and we actually have his scouting report on display as well, so you can read the notes of a major league scout the first time he laid eyes on Nolan. And it's interesting to see that even looking at a 18-year-old kid, Red Murph saw his potential and athleticism and highly recommended to the Mets that they sign this young pitcher. When Nolan Ryan was first drafted by the Mets, he was a member of their 1969 World Series championship team. He wasn't a member of the starting rotation, but he pitched some relief performances and helped some key victories during the playoffs. For people that are collectors, and there's a lot of people that collect baseball memorabilia, this is the most desirable Nolan Ryan baseball card. This is his 1968 rookie card. This is one of the more popular areas of the Nolan Ryan exhibit, his ring collection. There's a ring from each of his 8 All-Star appearances, and then the crowning, most important ring is his World Championship ring with the Mets from 1969. He eventually was traded in a 4-player deal. The headliner of the deal was the Angels' Jim Fregosi, who was traded to play shortstop and third base for the Mets. He got the headlines, but eventually that would become known as one of the worst trades in Major League history for the Mets because they traded a future Hall of Fame pitcher to the California Angels. And it's with the Angels that Nolan threw his first no-hitter, got better command of the strike zone, and eventually had a great run with the California Angels as one of the premier power pitchers in baseball. So as the 1970s come to a close, Nolan Ryan is approaching age 33, and the manager of the California Angels, Buzzy Bavasi, decided that he could not invest a long-term contract in a 33-year-old power pitcher. So the owner of the Houston Astros jumped at the chance to bring Nolan back to his home state and close to his hometown of Alvin. And Nolan became the first Major League Baseball athlete to sign $1 million contract. Probably Nolan Ryan's most famous record is the 7 no-hitters. It's so hard to do in baseball. Nolan's got 7 career no-hitters. The next closest pitcher has 4. But what's also amazing is that Nolan also had 12 games where he pitched a one-hitter. So he came within one hit away from having numerous other no-hitters, and he had 18 games where he pitched a two-hitter. So with a little luck, Nolan could have easily been at 10 or even 12 no-hitters, which is kind of astounding when you think of it. So in addition to Nolan's legendary career records, he's also known for a couple of special moments during his career that had nothing to do with strikeouts or setting no-hit records. During a game later in his career, when he was in his early 40s with the Texas Rangers, Robin Ventura, who played for the Chicago White Sox, took exception. He charged the mound. By the time it was all over with, Nolan Ryan had the younger Ventura in a headlock and was giving him the business. He took care of him on the mound. Well, among the many honors that Nolan has experienced, there was a Nolan Ryan Day in Alvin back in 1973. He was inducted in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in 1985. He was honored by the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown in 1999. He was a near unanimous vote. I think he got 98% of the vote, which is somewhat unprecedented. There is a freeway named the Nolan Ryan Express. The baseball field at Alvin was named after Nolan Ryan. So if there's an honor or a naming opportunity, you can bet that Nolan's been involved in it. Nolan Ryan is also the only player to have his jersey retired by 3 different teams: the California Angels, the Houston Astros, and the Texas Rangers. I think that's part of the reason he's so popular, is that he was able to spend a large part of his long career in the state of Texas, and he threw no-hitters with the Astros, and he set the strikeout record as a member of the Texas Rangers. He broke 300 wins with the Rangers, pitched his record-breaking 7th no-hitter as a member of the Rangers. He pitched 27 seasons in the major leagues, which is a record. He's the only pitcher to pitch in 4 different decades. The fact that kind of the hometown kid from Alvin, Texas got to come back and pitch and experience success in his home state, that just enhanced his popularity. Texas is a state that loves its sports heroes, and Nolan Ryan is arguably the most popular sports figure in Texas history. I mean, people love and admire Nolan Ryan, so for us to have this exhibit, I think this will really be an attraction to help people come to Waco and to enhance their experience at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame.